Good morning, all you red-blooded, hard-working American citizens. Welcome back to my table. Uh, Not last weekend, the weekend prior, me and me lovely was able to go to Washington, D.C., catch the war rally, and on our way back, we went ahead and drove through Palestine, Ohio, East Palestine, Ohio. I got this thing inside me that, you know, like I hear people talking about stuff. I might see something on the news, and I'm like, but I really want to know for myself. So then I put myself directly in the line of fire, actually, so that way I can feel the aura, the real aura, and not just take somebody's opinion on things. Pretty sure y'all know how we can get some stuff wrong based off of our opinion. I believe your opinion only gets better if you learn about it. How do you learn about it? You take your time and experience stuff. So we was able to go to stop by East Palestine so that way we can see if the air quality is good. If we can see if my fellow brothers and sisters in Ohio are getting the help they need. So let's go ahead and move this right along. I apologize for my video quality. I'm not rich. I'm one of those folks that's below in the poverty level. So, but I was able to do this, and I'm able to make videos for you folks if you want to hear and see. So let me dive into this. So we were driving through East Palestine. We ended up stopping at a moose club so that way I can take some photos of this. That's the help that these guys have. This is it. They were pulling water out of the river, putting it through a filter, and then re-putting the water in the river. What I got from it, because I was right next to it, was they're kicking the chemicals back into the air and helping whatever move down the river for like the next people in the next town to have to deal with. They're not doing what they need to. Me logically thinking I would block off that river, dam it, in one way, shape, or another. Reroute the water if you need to, and I would trench it because all those chemicals are sitting at the bottom of the river. But hey, I can't have one of those smart people jobs, right? So let's go over to here. We parked at the Moose Club, and look at how cheeky these folks are. I love artsy craftsy stuff, but they're making a little moose out of a tree stump. which is cool. I love small towns. I love how we do stuff. And then here's some help. Hey, look, you could donate some clothes and shoes to the people who kind of need it. And then in the other video you seen, they had dumpsters for people to throw their stuff out because, that type of smoke with the chemicals. And it is true. We were in that town for approximately maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. My throat, uh, my eyes, started to get some burning. But my takeaway is my takeaway. So if I go here, because I like to show people evidence, actual proof of what I did. So this is us getting ready to go into East Palestine. If I move it to so as we're rolling up on this road, fortunately enough, we have Democrats and Republicans in our government that's giving our money to other countries instead of fixing their roads, or maybe providing them with health care, or maybe actually having the money on hand for when, a bad corporation that has bad systems that make good workers have to do their best ends up wrecking and destroying a town. These corporations, they don't care about us, folks, but darn it. If I go there, hit play, then pause, play. You gotta love how this software is. And I wished I could do better on this stuff, but I'm gonna need actually your guys' help and support for me to get better software and, make these videos right for you. Right there. East Palestine. So we went and I believe it's a cute little small town, I wish the people were actually getting help. Now these Congress people and mainstream media folks, I love how when there's an issue, they're like, well, where are you going to get the money for it? Where you get the money? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I'm going to shut this down. Guess where we get the money at, folks? Right here. We already have the money. Every year, our government gives money to FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency. So in 2023, FEMA got $5.5 billion. You see right here, it says $5.5 billion is provided in discretionary funding for FEMA operations. Investments and grants, including, well, $300 million for nonprofit security grants, which is a 22% increase since 2022. As well as, which means and more, about 9 or 20 million or 20 billion provided to the disaster relief fund. That's where the money is, folks. They already have the money to help the people in East Palestine. So, but let's go ahead and do some more learning. I'm not a teacher and I don't want to be. Discretionary spending is money formally approved, which means it's already there, by Congress and the president during the appropriations process each year. Generally, Congress allocates over half of the discretionary budget towards national defense. Now let's stop here, folks. Wasn't the mainstream media talking about some Chinese spy balloon that literally went all the way across the United States, your country, people, before they finally decided to shoot it down on the East Coast? How do you feel about all this money, over half of it, being spent on your national defense? Because I'll tell you something. I feel that the people who are in charge of spending that money and coming up with the systems for our national defense, like, I believe that the people at the top, like, suck. They really suck. They're not doing a good job at all. Hell, I wouldn't even really dabbled in learning about this stuff over the last 22 years of my life if it wasn't for 9/11 occurring. And, by all means, if you got the time and energy and want and will, you can learn about how much they were spending in national defense back then. And they couldn't stop that. So, main takeaway from this, folks, is I hope you get the fact that these Democrats and Republicans aren't doing things we want them to do. They're doing what the lobbyists tell them to do. The lobbyists are paid for by the corporatists, the elite, the globalists. A lot of these folks don't even have national American citizenship. But our congressmen take money from them. What do we do, Mark? Well, what do you do? Well, you help participate. You like, share, put this video out on every social media site that you have. We do something like start an independent Ohio. We start taking back our seats in our federal government and our local government and our state government with real people like us that actually care about our fellow citizens. That's what we do. Now, I got a lot of ideas, but I'm going to need you guys, if you want to help. I put myself out here. Call me. Leave a message. Leave me a text. Say, I want to help, and I will reply back. My phone number is 419-543-6831. I'm not hiding from anybody. I only want to do good things. And we start working together, utilizing the knowledge we have. And collectively, we can fight against this thing. Because I know most of you are tired of watching them throw us under the bus too. My takeaway from East Palestine, because what I do when I put myself in people's situations, just to see if it really is like the way they described it to me. So when I can't sleep at night, I was thinking, I was like, what would I do if me and my son lived in that town? And right from the beginning, because I live what I call a conservative lifestyle. I don't have much and I don't want much. I can't take this stuff with me when I go to heaven. So I don't spend my life wasting it away trying to work so I can accumulate all this stuff, materialistic type stuff. Would I like to have a Lamborghini though? Yeah, I would like to have a Lamborghini. But I'm not gonna sacrifice my freedom for one. But I know if I was living in East Palestine with my son, if that happened, I would have evacuated. I would have went back. I would have smelled the air. I would have seen what occurred. I would have grabbed all my important stuff, and me and my son would have moved. If I had to quit a job, I would have quit a job. Ain't no job more important than the health of my kid. Ain't no house. Ain't no materialistic type nothing more important than my kid. And I was fortunate enough to be able to live most of my life raising my son with that opinion. And I adjusted as so. So my heart goes out to those folks. Each and every breath is another breath closer to them not living. It's a shame. I showed you where the money is. We need to stop letting these politicians fucking bullshit us. Come on, folks. To each their own. Hope you got something from this message. Like, share, subscribe. Potentially help me become your representative so I could take what we want to Washington.